Hello everybody, it is Wednesday the 5th of November. I'm obviously out here in a t-shirt. It's South Carolina, so it's still good weather. It's probably supposed to get up to 68 or 69 today, so not too bad. I'm obviously at home at the present moment. I just want to give you guys kind of updates on what's going on. We put out the video showing the other building that we were looking at. We have since decided not to get that building. Like I said, we were very transparent on what we're doing. We looked at that building. We were going to open a retail store. The lease was a little iffy for us, and Kim liked some other options that we have. And obviously with my mom and everything that's going on with her, we're not sure about in retail right at the second because it demands a lot of time. So that's been going on. Obviously, we have to be out of the building in Florence by the end of January, which is not going to be a problem. That seems to be pretty easy. We had Corey Mannix here for a week, did awesome, but did not sell very much stuff. We sold 1,500 items, but it looks like, you know, an 8-foot table section was cleared out of the warehouse. We have an auction today at noon. We had an auction Monday, which was probably my best Whatnot auction that I've done to date. So I'm really excited about the growth of Whatnot. And I want to keep telling you guys here, you know, what's going on and what we bought and things like that. So I know you guys like that stuff better. We have looked at another building. The guy who owns that building, it's also in the same town. It's 70,000 square feet, so it's huge. So just my brain has been racked around like opening an antique co-op that's the biggest one in the southeast. And I like to do things big, and you know, it's exciting, but you know, he wants $1.5 million for the building, or we can rent the entire building monthly. So I think we're gonna rent a small piece and then grow, and as we put vendors in, we can grow into the whole 70,000 square foot, and we would actually start making money on the rentals, and it would be a destination instead of just, you know, another shop. So all that said and done, who knows what we're doing. He called us the next day after we looked at the building and asked if we've ever considered doing interior design, and my wife likes to decorate, but we went and looked at his property that he has on the river. It is literally on the river, like there's fishing poles on the porch where you can fish from the porch into the river. Super quiet, back about a 5-mile dirt road. It's like, you know, for an Airbnb to be back there a week or 2 weeks, it does have internet, it has, you know, gas heat, it has a new air conditioning system. Everything's been redone in the house. Not necessarily my taste, but we're gonna do like a log cabin fishing excursion design. Kim agreed to do it for him, so I think it is, you know, I think that it should all turn out to be really interesting and gives Kim something to do that she might enjoy. My mom is actually really excited about it, and I haven't seen my mom excited about anything since my dad passed and she got her diagnosis. So we're definitely going to do that, just even if it's just to see her excited about something for a week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks, whatever. The building we'll find out about, but I know what you guys really here for. What the hell did I buy this week? So let's find out. Okay, so I had a meetup from Facebook. And we bought 8 long boxes of comics. The posting was on Facebook locally. It was for $250 for 8 boxes, which is amazing. I don't even have to look at the comics at that price. You're talking about $30 a box, $35 a box. We don't even need to look at what books are there. I literally picked these up in Kim's car the other night, and I left them in here because, well, we've been doing a lot of other stuff. Oh, some 50-cent cover Captain Americas. So when I got to the guy's house, super nice guy, he had them on his porch, said they were his brother's, and his mother's collection. So I was kind of excited. I opened the top of 2 boxes, saw that they were full. Obviously, I can, whenever I'm grabbing the handles, I can feel that they are full comic boxes, and they're comics. So I handed them his $250. Did not look through any of them. Just what I saw in the pictures. I'm fine paying, $30 a long box for anything that is Marvel and DC. There are some things that are not Marvel and DC, like there's some Epic and, Dark Horse and stuff like that. But there's variant covers. He said a few of them might even be signed. So, there's a lot of 90s. There is some 70s and 80s. I even saw a 12 center. Sonic the Hedgehog. That's super cool. Richie Rich. Bugs Bunny, 25 centers. Pinky and the Brain. A lot of really cool books in here. So you guys know me well enough to know that this did not satisfy my appetite for buying. But what did satisfy me for this week anyway was I went to the flea market on Sunday. One of the regulars at the flea market, Johnny, who watches this channel, was very awesome. Came over and got me, told me that there was a comic book collection. Told me that there was a comic book collection. Sorry, I thought I paused it. And the people are Mike and Angie, who I know I buy a bunch of stuff from, were looking to see if I was there that day because they know I buy and I'm not going to sit and cherry pick out the best. Johnny had went through one of the boxes. We're going to show you what those boxes were. He went through one of the boxes and pulled out, what he considered to be the better stuff, some more or less the older stuff. And he set it to the side so that just in case I didn't get over there fast enough and they put everything on the table, those things did not get taken. So here's what we bought in that collection, these 5 boxes. Now I'm going to show you what's in those in just a second. Obviously you can see right on the top there's a 37. There's a 37 there. But this stuff I bought for decorating the cabin. We've got a little lynx, a beaver skin, a really cool, vintage throw. Also got this awesome, this is for milk. So this used to sit on your porch, and your milkman who brought your glass bottles, you can see Adesta Farms, would open this up and put your milk in it cold, and it would keep your milk cold until you got your milk off the porch. You got this cool tin, another pail. Picked up these bell jars here. Turn that off. Okay. Got this cool Native American bank. Some of this will come to auction, but a lot of it is for decorating the house. I picked these up. Check these out. Because, things were bugging me. Look at these. These are awesome. And there's a whole bag of them down there. I bought something else in there. I just don't remember what it was. I got this old Brownie camera in the original box. Thought that was super cool. We'll either decide to decorate with it or that'll come up for resale. And I picked up some paperweights. Those are there. Then we also got this for decorating. And I got this box here that has a bunch of dolls and stuff like that in it. So we got this cool hunting fishing vest. We're shooting around the idea of hanging some shears in the house, but using fishing rods with no reel on them as curtain rods. So this is the collection we got. This collection was, I feel like I paid up for it based on what I could see. The one box had the better stuff in it that Johnny had pulled out. There was an Avengers 57 in there, which is the first Vision. Johnny was really interested in it. We told Mike, based on condition, it was like a 5.0, maybe a 6.0 at best, that it was worth about $150. He sold it to Johnny for 60 or 75. It's one of those two numbers. I can't remember. And then I negotiated with him for the rest of the books. So you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 totes of books. I'll just give you guys a quick look at some of the stuff, and you have to come to the auctions to see the rest of it. So this is all stuff that Aiden's going to probably start with the boxes in the car first this weekend. And we'll mix in some of the stuff. That's actually cool. You know, there's some things that have condition issues, for sure. And that one, 12 center. Yeah, Hanna-Barbera, Battlestar Galactica, DP7, what the... You know, a couple coverless. So I'm going to have Aiden come out, and he will, before this weekend, some 15-cent sad sacks, 12-cent sad sack. Yeah, there's a few coverless here, like these. We'll just sell those in one lot, all the coverless stuff. Giant size Avengers is probably pretty good. That's number 4. This is a number 3 and 8. Some more like 20-cent Avengers. So it's kind of a big mix, but there's a ton of Avengers. Some of it's in really great shape, some of it is not. So what Aiden's going to do is he will be selling this probably in our whatnot. We may do a little bit of it on YouTube. We're really amping up our whatnot just to keep things moving quick. But you guys get my drift here. Look at that, the old model kit. This was the cover for one of the other books. I don't know which one, but love the old model kit ad. That probably is for one of those books right there. And then some of the better stuff. Babe, can you hold this for a second?
Yeah.
Kim's gonna hold this so I can kind of flip through for you guys. Make it a little faster. And you can still hear like they're still stuck together because there's no boards. But you get Vintage Avenger 72, 73, 82, 44, 43. That's a pretty good book because it's got the first appearance of Red Guardian. 42, 79. Like these are all pre-100 Avengers. There's also another big stack of pre-100 Avengers. Yep. See?
Yeah, it's the plastic.
Yep.
It does that over time.
There you go. 89. Then you have stuff like this. 37. 29. 31. 35. 32. 33. 30. And then you get some Amazing Spider-Man mixed in there. Some more of the early Avengers right here. 24, 28. There's some cool Spider-Man. I was praying to find like a 181 or a 129, like a Hulk 181 or a 129 Spider-Man, but I did not, alas. Number 20. So these are some really good adventure books. They're actually in pretty nice shape. So we are going to take all these out and bag and board. Look, I would love to buy this book for $4 any day of the week at number 18. It's so funny, like some of the pricing was like $2 and $4 on the vintage stuff, but more expensive on the other stuff. Star Wars, 35-cent number 1, 35-cent number 2, number 59, 58. There's probably almost a complete run from like issue 11 up from Baku. I think this is the first Kang. The retelling of the origin of Doctor Doom. Huge book right now because of the new movies that'll be coming out. Power Man. More Avengers. And then all of this stuff here is more books very similar to this. Let's see if I can grab a little handful out of here. There you go. Just a little bit of everything. But some really nice stuff. There's minor keys. Other keys that I just won't know are, you know, the $100 and $200 stuff I don't really keep track of. But nice group of Defenders. And then just a ton of other books in the boxes. Adam, Justice Machine, Legends, Infinity Gauntlet, Phantom Stranger. So we'll have all of this stuff here coming to Whatnot and so forth. But that's kind of what's been going on. So Kim's going to be decorating a house for the gentleman that we met. We will give you guys more information on the building at a later time. We are really excited. I'm probably more so excited than she is because I look at the possibilities
you
of
have big ambition.
I have big everything. Dreams, hopes, ambitions, warehouses full of stuff. But so she's like, Brian, she's like, do you really want to be on the hook for $15,000 to $20,000 a month?
I'm like, let's start little.
She's like, yeah, she wants me to.
Let's just get the space we need, and then we can progress from there.
There we go.
See what the space we need.
So as always, the wife of wisdom.
I know.
I'm
glad you can admit that.
I absolutely admit it. She's a saint. She's doing all the packing and shipping. She helps keep me straight. And because, you know, guys know me. I'd be like, you know what? 70,000 square feet for $15,000 a month is like, what is that? Like $1 a square foot yearly? Or $2 a square foot yearly at most?
Which is a good price.
So it is a super good price. The building has a brand new roof, has new electrical, has new sprinkler system, has heat and air, has at least 10 different bathrooms in it. It's pretty incredible. And in my mind, I'm like, ooh, it would be the largest one in the Southeast. The biggest antique mall in the United States is 150,000 square foot, and it is located in Virginia. The biggest one in South Carolina here is 32,000 or 38,000 square feet, and it's in Florence. So knowing that we could put together a 70,000 square foot antique mall, and I could take up like 5,000 square foot and actually set everything out and run an antique shop and everything like that, just it's exciting to me. But I'm crazy, so don't try this at home, folks. I'm a trained professional crazy. So I love you guys. I just wanted to give you guys an update. I'm really sorry that we haven't been doing more videos and more other stuff. It's just with my mom, with trying to find a new place. We have people placing orders for 60 and 70 reports at a time. So we're having to pull those. So we still have eBay going on, hundreds of items going out there, ordering packages. And we had Corey Mannix here, and we have like over almost 17,000 followers on Whatnot now. So we are pushing to keep everything going. We have a wedding at the end of the month in Pennsylvania, so we will be flying up there. Next week, on the 14th, I am supposed to fly to New York, to Long Island area, to look at a tractor-trailer load of antiques and collectibles that is not cheap. I mean, we're talking mid five figures. We're in the $40,000-$50,000 range, so yeah, I get to make payments, but it's crazy for me to look at something like that while we have all this other stuff going on. But we all know I'm crazy, right, honey?
Yeah, first.
See? Doggy says I'm crazy too, right?
Aww. See,
So
I'm
guys,
not crazy.
I appreciate you watching. Sorry the video was a little long. There was just a lot to go over. Wanted to show you guys kind of what we got. I'm really excited about the comic books. Let me know what you think. I spent $1,300 on this group of comics. I paid him $1,300. He wanted $2,000. We negotiated. I really wanted to pay like 11 or 12. I offered him 11. He came down to like 15, and I just said, "Look, I think I'm gonna get $2,000 after fees and stuff like that." I said I'm down to like around 1,700, and then I've got to report all that. So, you know, I'm gonna lose another $100 to $200 in taxes. I was like, for anything above 1,300, I said I would pass because I need to make $100 or $200 if I'm spending 1,300. But I like having nice stuff, and we are almost out of comic books, so really excited. So we will see you guys The next one, drop some comments below if there was something you saw in here. If you think it's a really good idea for us to do this interior design job, what do you guys think about the possibility of opening a giant size antique co-op slash who knows what? Just, it's a giant building. If I had $1.5 million, I would have just bought the building because I fell in love when I went inside. And Kim really wants to live in an industrial brick walled home or loft. And I told her, I said, we could sell our house and she could live upstairs in the building because it's been completely redone and it has these beautiful brick walls and a big soaking tub up there. And there's a shower and a bathroom. And it's very, very cool. I would be excited to show it to you guys down the road because I think as a destination, I would work with some other YouTubers and whatnot people and influencers and work out deals with them where they're coming through there all the time so that you guys can see all the new merchandise that comes in and all the exciting things. I think that co-ops are great for people to come to locally and buy, but I think that because we have an audience and because we know people, that we could offer those items for our vendors to the world instead of just to who comes to the door. So I think that that's a really good point for us. So hope to see you guys on the next video. Sorry, this one was so long. And Kim is having her coffee. So we'll see you next time. Comment below.